Hello, welcome back. Today we'll be talking about my third 6-week follow-up with my dermatology PA, Leah Waller, in Northern Virginia. I put the link to their to the derm clinic down in the description box. It's out in Reston. I see her every 6 weeks to treat some melasma as well as some hyperpigmentation on my neck related to atopic dermatitis. So I have some products to show off, and yeah, we'll just get right into it. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dr. Kimberly Madison. I'm a doctorally prepared nurse practitioner, and I use social media to share my journey, both as a nurse practitioner as well as an entrepreneur, and as a patient, obviously, by this video. And so, yeah, I just want to jump right into it. It's a busy day for me. I have tomorrow we'll be filming some more episodes for season 3 of the podcast, the Melanin Initiative podcast. And so we'll be going to Alicia's house. So right after this, I make this video, I'm going to run over to Hobby Lobby and buy a bunch of things so that we can, so I can decorate the space there. We're waiting on some microphones that I ordered. They're going to be I think they're the lapel mics. I went back and forth on some different options, but this is one I really like. And so, yeah, it's busy. So we're just going to get right into it. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, every 6 weeks I do these videos on my own skincare journey. But in addition to these type of videos, I also talk about my experience as a nurse practitioner, as founder of the Mahogany Dermatology blog, the DMV Dermatology MPPA group, where we are planning our first in-person event in less than a month. We're currently waiting on a list of speakers and venues to select from, as well as getting feedback from our members to find out exactly what kind of experience would be the most worthwhile for them. If you meet the criteria, which means you're aspiring or practicing NP or PA in DC, Maryland, or Virginia, we invite you to join us. The link is in the description box. There are questions that you have to answer in order to be admitted into the group, and that's just to maintain the integrity of the group. I have the virtual Preceptor shop, which is a bunch of digital resources to help you in your journey, particularly outside of clinical practice in the classroom, where all your learning just can't happen because of the restraints of both taking care of patients and the priorities in the clinical setting, as well as the limitations of our MP program, right? They can't do all the things that we need when it comes to our professional development. And so because of that, you need outside support. And I started the virtual Preceptor to provide that outside support. So we offer mentorship, and soon we'll have some clinical support and clinical guides for your convenience. But right now, as of this filming, you can find the Your Nurse Mentorship Match ebook in there, as well as How to Become a Nurse, which I'll talk about more in the future. So please share this content with NPs, aspiring or practicing NPs who meet any of the criteria that I've mentioned, who might be interested in this type of content, as well as the people who support us. So mentors, counselors, teachers, parents, partners, friends, yeah. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It lets the algorithm know that this content is of value, and I welcome your feedback in any way I can support you. I would love to hear that either in the comments, or you can message me directly like most people do, because I just want to be a resource. I've been in healthcare for almost 15 years. I just celebrated my 11-year anniversary in nursing. I finished the BSN to DNP program in 22. From GW. And so, yeah, I've been around for a while. My first job was in healthcare, and I'm still here. So let's get into it. So I had my 6-week follow-up with Leah. And so I'm not going to go through the whole journey because you can watch the series, which I put, that link is in the description box. So for this visit, this was my best 6 weeks since I've been seeing her, which I think since December. And so I didn't, and also the weather is on my side now. So I didn't have dry skin like I've had before. Well, like the dry patches. No flares, no new hyperpigmentation, no stinging, no burning, no peeling. And I got to the goal that she set for me in the beginning, which was to be able to use my compounded products every single day. And so speaking of compounded products, I actually have a new, I had to get refills. Oh, so actually we made some changes. So last time I talked to you, I was using 2 different products on my face and my neck, but now that I've come so far and I've had such great experience, we've been able to up the ante. And so now I'm just using one product. And so this is my combo product. I don't see, is my address on here? Yeah. So anyway, this is my combo product. Okay. And this is hydroquinone and tranexamic cream. 4% on the hydroquinone, 5% on the tranexamic. So, and I've been doing that this whole time on my face. And on my neck, I was using azelaic acid, kojic, and niacinamide compound. And I actually didn't have any complications with that. So yeah, so anyway, now that I've gotten to this point, now I'm just going to be using this on my face and my neck. In addition, I made a mistake too, because I actually wanted to start retinoid. So when I go back, I'm going to ask her to switch me over to a retinoid. But anyway, I started a retinol, 0.3%, and I don't know, I think she was really a big fan of this one. So that's why we started this one. And so the regimen for this is, so this is every day, right? I can use this every day on my face and my neck. And then I can start using, I started using this 3 times a week on my face and just 2 times on my neck to take it slow. And then if at any point I have a bad reaction, to stop everything, calm it down, and then resume slowly. And so I still use, I haven't had any flares the last 6 weeks, so I didn't use any fluocinolone oil. That was my first 6 weeks not using it, which is mainly what I use for flares, which I don't anticipate having now that the weather's on my side. Because if you don't know, the cold weather can just certainly makes the skin more prone to get dry. So I always love being in humidity, even aside from the skin issues. But when I think about it, that's probably why, because I have atopy, so asthma, allergies, and atopic dermatitis since I was a kid. The asthma has been constant, but the atopic derm went away for a while, came back. And then the allergies I had big time as a kid, mostly food allergies. And those are all resolved. I had like a whole lot of them, but I still like ate everything. And so I grew up on Benadryl. But these seasonal allergies really just started this year. And I think it could just be just part of the course progression of the disease, but it could be because I was away for like 3.5 years as a traveler, and now I'm back. And so I feel like everything's kind of stirred up again. So my allergies have been at an all-time high, because I think the last time I showed you guys my nasal lavage. So I haven't had to use that as much as I did like 2 weeks ago. And I heard that it's supposed to be calming down. So I look forward to that. I haven't even worn lashes all week because I've just been rubbing my eyes out. But yeah, so I used this, and I did bring the container. And so, yeah, it's really pretty. And I want to show you guys, this is a nice little cream base. And so, yeah, so that's the new regimen, and we'll be doing this all summer. And so now that I'm using this retinol, it's going to make the products absorb even better. And so actually she wants me to keep an eye out, because more than likely before I see her again, I'll be stopping the compound on my face, because we'll reach a point where it's no longer safe to continue. And so then I'll just be on maintenance, which with the vitamin A, once I switch over, be retinoid. But so yeah, that'll be the case. So now that I'm using this compound on my neck, they'll match up. You probably can't really see it in this lighting and with the laptop, but they're a little bit different pigment. And I think in real life, people don't really notice, because of my hair and just, I don't know, maybe people notice. I don't know. They haven't said anything. It has a really strong smell too. So then I'll just continue using this. But either way, continuing even longer will help just set me up and to be in a really good position for the fall when I do the Moxie laser, which I talked about previously. Man, it's so strong. So yeah, and I still haven't done a really good job of taking pictures, and I don't think the laptop does a good job. I don't think it's as great as the camera. And so I was thinking I might, after I do these videos, I might do a better, don't look too close, I have to wash my hair. I might try to get in the habit of taking pictures when I make these videos. At least I have like kind of a set time to do it, as opposed to just saying, oh, I'm going to do it, and not actually putting it on my calendar. So that's the plan. And I think that's really all for my skin. So as I mentioned in another video, I'm doing this 75-day challenge with Alfred Baptistry. And one of the things on part of the challenge is to drink a gallon of water, which I have. Um, and it is challenging to get that much water down. And you would think if that's the goal, like you wouldn't drink anything else. But that hasn't been the case. I still drink my water and kombucha and my bubbly water and stuff like that. So I haven't done that great, but I have definitely been drinking more water than I used to. Um, and so, yeah, next time I do an MP update video, I'll talk about those lifestyle changes that I like to talk about in those videos, because the water kind of is even though I'm excited, it's going to be great for my skin. Just like water and sleep and all those kind of things I like to talk about as a provider, because yeah, it changed a lot in terms of like making time for just taking care of yourself, as the responsibility has increased, in terms of like what we do in our clinical practice. So I can't believe it. But yeah, I think this is going to be one of my shortest videos. But yeah, I'm really happy with my skin. Of course, I'm still using my Coats Richly Tinted Sunscreen. Um, yeah. So yeah. Mm, yeah, and so I'm excited to get the laser in the fall. We'll continue. I'll see her once in the summer, and then after that, it'll probably be the fall, and that'll be the laser treatment. So yeah, we'll just save up our coins for the laser. Yeah, I think that's all I have actually. So yeah, I'm excited just to see how nice and glowy my skin is after the 75 days. It's definitely been great for my gut and my GI system. And maybe my energy too. Because my sleep hasn't been amazing in terms of the hours, but my energy has been really high. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, so I think that's all I have. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about any of the products I brought up or any of the conditions like the melasma, hyperpigmentation, or atopic derm, I haven't really gone into details about those diseases, like from a clinical aspect, because this content really isn't for patients. But if you're a patient and you're interested in that, let me know. I can talk about it here. I'll probably write an article on the blog about it. Let's see, this week in terms of the blog, I didn't drop a new article, I don't think. The main thing I did this week was just start to roll out the new How to Be a Nurse ebook. I think it's the only changes I have on that platform. And yeah, so yeah, we'll close out with this since I did mention the podcast at the beginning. Nurses Week is coming up, and so we wanted to do just something special. And a few months back, there was a really popular story about the Lawrence sisters, which is six sisters. I I feel like they're from Mississippi, but don't quote me on that. But anyway, most of the story was centered around the fact that they had experienced homelessness for 10 years, I want to say. And now they're all in a public health master's program in New York with plans for all of them to go to nursing school. And then from what I've read is to start their own nursing center. I'm not quite sure the details of that, but I wanted to talk to them, have them on the podcast, if not for Nurses Week, just period, right? Because what a fascinating story. And so I just came on social media 2 weeks ago, just saying, that I wanted some help if somebody knew them and could get in touch with me. And like maybe 2 days later, someone posted um, like an article with them with Dr. Jennifer McIntosh. So I contacted Jennifer McIntosh. She reached out to the sisters, to share my invitation to invite them onto the show, and they agreed. And so that was a huge win this week. And so now that I'm talking to you all, I reached out. I need to reach out to them and move the conversation forward. So that was super exciting. So yeah, if you're interested in what we do over there, which is promote health literacy, um, it's kind of like a passion project, right? You can certainly invite you to subscribe and say hello in the comments. Let us know what kind of topics you're interested in, and if there are groups in the community that you think would be interested in hearing what we have to say from the nurse's perspective on just like your basic health literacy, right? That's what we really like to do, is just kind of those basic topics, give people the language to advocate for themselves, make sure they understand what's going on and how to treat themselves when they go home, as well as just navigate the system. That's what we try to do there. But one of our missions is to, make connections in the community. And so we would really love to partner with some local schools where we can come in and just teach the kids about primary care, like why it exists, why it's important, what kind of things to expect during your visit, both annually, and then if you have certain kind of problems, what kind of problems would be treated in a primary healthcare visit. And then to top off that experience, we would love to teach people how to measure their blood pressure. And so we're going to be starting a Patreon so that people can donate to the cause. Our original goal right now is to just get like 25 different blood pressure monitors, so we can just kind of go out here into the community and try to make a difference in the lives of young people who can take that information home and share it with their family, and hopefully make a big difference when it comes to just understanding what high blood pressure is and how to prevent it. And of course, decrease the risk for the complications associated with it. High blood pressure is the motivation for the show, and so it just makes sense that that's how we should kind of start and make our mark in the community. So that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I'll be back this weekend. I wanted to come back and talk about some other things, but I don't think I'll have time given the time that it is now. And tomorrow we'll be filming all day. So I will definitely be back next week. If my schedule opens up during the week, I might pop in. So make sure you subscribe so you can be notified when I drop that video. Please share this content with other people who would be interested, whether they're a patient who wants to treat their skin and resolve their pigmentation issues, or whether they're practicing NP, or even a student who's interested and they're just curious about kind of the pathway from where they are to where I am, or even other opportunities in healthcare, because I'm a big proponent of exposing people to all the opportunities in healthcare outside of direct patient care, or even being a nurse practitioner for that matter. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.